Hey guys, what's going on? So Motor City, caught this 2 days ago. Went to see it with a friend. Wasn't originally gonna go watch this movie. Didn't even know it debuted on that day. It was the 24th. Was gonna watch between The Odyssey and Supergirl, but Supergirl, a lot of theaters don't have it. I'm not surprised because it did so bad, like it bombed. But I was hoping I was gonna be one of the few people that actually enjoyed the movie. Although highly unlikely because when I saw that trailer, I mean, that thing looked like a Guardians of the Galaxy, a la DC. And the Odyssey, I mean, it's still pulling in. You're still getting a huge amount of people going to that. And a lot of these crowds, when you go, I like to go when it's like less busy and there's less crowds, if you know what I mean, because some of these crowds could be a little bit rambunctious around where I live. So yeah, I'm waiting for maybe another week perhaps so I can go watch The Odyssey. A lot of people are recommending this movie. Thought it was going to do bad because all the backlash that it got with the casting, but it seems to be doing good. So I'm gonna try to watch that next week. But Motor City, only thing I saw was a trailer. Looked good, action packed, like it was gonna have a lot of action. Short run time, so should be an enjoyable experience. 20 to 30 minutes into this movie, I had no idea that this was a silent film. It's basically a silent film. So if you're going into this movie, it is two, three tops dialogues. That's it. That's all they have. That's it. No more. There's some grunting and uttering, murmuring, and sure there's dialogue, but you're not privy to that dialogue. The camera's always panning out. It goes outside the room. They close the door. So there is dialogue, you just don't get to hear it. And there's some occasional words, me, I, that, I hate that, why, but that's about it. Now, I think it's a very simple plot. It's basically it's a vengeance movie. It's a revenge movie. There is nothing hazy or nebulous about this movie that you can't follow. It's a pretty straightforward film. I think you could follow. I had no issue, and I was kind of like, the Lenny from The Simpsons meme. That was me. Like I was hooked in, so I wasn't even like distracted or bored with the movie. I know my friend was in some scenes, but I was locked in for most of the movie. But that said, I think the movie would have benefited from having some dialogue, especially when you have characters like Ben Foster. When I heard that he was casted for this film, I mean he plays some really really good villains. 310 to Yuma, like such a great villain there. And he just came off, the fact that it was like a silent film, he came off as like a Timu Alibaba version of Scarface, Tony Montana, in this movie. I mean it wasn't bad, it wasn't all that bad, but there were some scenes that he would have benefited. I think they did him a disservice by making it a silent film. And another actor that I'd never seen before, Pablo Schreiber, which played the corrupt cop, he also, I mean, I think it was the whole ensemble, the whole outfit, the 70s look with the porn stash, the overcoat, the leather overcoat. I think he looked just a complete badass. And then some scenes would have benefited him to say something, just a couple of lines here and there. So I think that was a waste, in my opinion. I still enjoyed the movie. I actually want to check it out, like at home. I want to check it out on streaming to see if I would still enjoy it, because there were some scenes that I was just desperate for some dialogue, just desperate for something, because it was like such a great scene for you to say something, to have a memorable line in the movie, and it just didn't happen. Alan Ritchson's character, John Miller, very original name. I'm okay with him being silent. I didn't need that. His two friends, his two army friends, the black guy and the, I don't know if he was Arab or Indian guy, they were great, especially the Indian Arab guy. That guy was amazing. Like, I want to see a separate film with that guy. I want to see his origin story. I want to see a whole thing of him, a whole arc of him where he's, I don't know, fighting for the love of his life or something. Something about his look. I don't know what it was, but that guy was clean. He was pretty badass. He was badass, especially the prison break scene. I thought he was so good. He was so good. And that prison break scene was actually pretty good. Some of it was just campy and just dorky. It didn't make sense. He leaves. She's quick to leave him and believe whatever it is that they tell him, because he was wronged, right? He was framed, ends up having coke in the back of his car. And right after he's cleared from probation, because he's got, like, I don't know, he's got a pass with the law. That's not his first time being in an interrogation room, I would assume at least. And he's all happy about that. And right after he's already framed, he's going back to jail and prison. And she goes with whatever they end up telling him. I thought that was ridiculous. And what was even more ridiculous was that she goes right back to this sleazy guy, the drug kingpin, and just like nothing. I mean, there's a scene where she gets a notice, rent is due, and she's gonna get kicked out. The way at least John Miller's character makes her out to seem that she's this holier than thou, she's like this angel, and she's really quick to move on. She's very, very quick to move on back to Timu Scarface. And then when she ends up getting shot and killed, I mean, she's basically a fentanyl zombie at that point. And she has the strength and makes the effort to, take a bullet for dear old John. I thought that was just comedic. I don't think it was like horrible, but it was just like funny. And then when she eventually finds out that, he was set up after quickly just going back to the other guy and believing the police and everybody else, she sets up this like little gift exchange and puts the ring that the good cop ended up giving her. Like, why would you do that? He's not going to let you go out. She was pretty much a prisoner in her own home. That didn't make any sense. I'm telling you, a lot of the movie just felt like comedic. It just felt like it was done on purpose because it was going to be a silent film, so they had to make it very obvious. But I think they ended up sacrificing clear logic in some of these scenes. Like I said, the prison break scene was great. The elevator scene was great, even though I don't know why this guy, there was no skin in the game for him. Like, there was no reason for him to go after John Miller, especially looking like the way he did. I mean, Pablo Schreiber's character, the corrupted cop, he was a big guy. He was a tall guy, but he was nowhere near as burly as this, John Miller's character. And he goes in with an M. Bison move. And the fight scene was pretty cool. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was well choreographed. It was a little bit ridiculous, just especially with the hand thing that ends up, when he ends up slicing through his own hand. And with that same hand, there's no way he ends up grabbing the knife to stab John Miller. Like, there was no way you could do that. The tendons aren't there. There's no feeling. You have no maneuverability of your hand anymore. You lost all sensation. I thought that was ridiculous. So overall, it was a good movie. It was a fun movie. I'd give it like a 3.5 out of 5. Just because of the brazen and bold move that they took in making it a silent film. The ending was unneeded. They could have just ended it in the car chase scene or whatever, the car fight scene, and just call it a day there. But there you have it. Motor City. Should you check it out? I think so. I think it's a fun little movie. It's a short movie too, so you're not going to feel too disappointed that you're in the movies for that long. The movie goes by really quick in my opinion, but they would have benefited from making it a dialogue scene, a regular movie, with some dialogue. And I like the fact that they didn't like solely depend on the movie just being action packed, because the movie isn't just all action, by the way. So yeah, there you go. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.